Hey everyone, Golden Ninja 3000 here again. A couple of months ago, I reviewed this LEGO Harry Potter polybag Build Your Own Hogwarts. I really loved it because it's just like a little microscale Great Hall and marble staircase tower. And I love little microscale LEGO polybags. So what I did was I bought 8 more of these. One I'm going to keep sealed just for my own collection. But for the rest, we are going to try building the other sections of Hogwarts that were shown off on the package and online. LEGO doesn't give you any instructions, so I'm just going to try to figure out like their designs based on the pictures alone, because I want a big microscale Hogwarts display to go with my nanoscale Hogwarts Castle direct-to-consumer set from 2018. So I think that this is going to be exciting. I don't know how successful I'm going to be at this. And quite frankly, like I think these designs might take me a couple of days to work through, but I'm super excited to get into it. So I'm going to go ahead and open most of these packets and just leave one sealed, like I said. And I will see you guys with some interesting designs in just a second. So here's my little cluster of 8 builds. It wasn't too hard to figure these out because luckily there were second angles for most of them in like an image on the instruction manual. But yeah, figuring out the back of some of them was a little bit difficult, and I did take some creative liberties. I didn't just follow the instructions. I got the general shape from the instructions and like the images on lego.com, but I did like add some of my own flares. So let's go ahead and look at each piece individually, and then I'll try to see how I can connect them into an actual castle. So this is the original one. This is like the main build for the polybag. I think that it looks pretty good, but I kind of like every other one better because the Great Hall just looks a little bit too simple. And like I said, I already did a separate review. I was about to say a second review, but no, I did a separate review on this, so you guys can go ahead and check that out. As for the other pieces, this is supposed to be the other building, like on the other side of the Great Hall, you know, so it would connect like right here, because that is supposed to be like the second, or like that's supposed to be the viaduct. This is kind of like what is represented in the direct-to-consumer Hogwarts Castle, because you've got the viaduct, you've got that building where the library is in the Hogwarts Castle set, and so I like that you can tell what this is supposed to be. I did throw in like these clips and stuff back here just to kind of make it look a little bit more interesting, but I think that this is pretty successful overall. Then this I don't think represents a specific building. I think this is actually the last one that I assembled. It's also like not one of my favorites. I guess maybe it's not supposed to be Gryffindor Tower because the marble staircase tower is the one with multiple turrets off of it. But I think that that build looks great. And overall, I do like this one. It is using a trans clear piece to kind of like help support it. But it was a little bit harder to build, and I really don't like the back. I don't like this overhang, but I didn't really have a good way of getting rid of it. So this is one of my least favorites, unfortunately. I really like these taller ones though. This one I think looks super interesting. I'm, again, not sure if this is supposed to be a specific building, but I love the high entryway and then like the kind of cluster of turrets at the top. I think that that is just a winning look. I added the clips there just because I was trying to achieve the right height for this section, but I don't want to put anything in there. And you'll notice it's hard to actually connect these to each other because even though they do have, whoops, that's not pushed down all the way. Even though they do have Technic bricks, not all of the builds have Technic bricks at their base. So like, for example, this one doesn't. So you can still like kind of butt them up against each other, but they can't physically connect a lot of the time, which I thought was a little bit interesting. Then we've got this building. Again, I don't think this is representing, no, it is. These are the bell towers, aren't they? Like, because of the spires, like this looks like a cathedral, and I did think that while I was building it, but this is not the astronomy tower. So yeah, again, it does have like some recognizable features, but others are a little bit harder to see. But yeah, this one is also just kind of okay to me. This guy, I do like this one as well. Sorry, I realize you guys aren't really seeing the bases. I innovated a little bit by like adding some cheese slopes there, but I don't like the huge open gap there. Like, I don't like that it's completely open. And I don't like the gray up there. So yeah, this one is also like not one of my favorites, even though I like the height on it and I really like the spires. These two are my absolute favorites for all of these builds. So this one I think is really interesting because I think it's one of the best finished, like all around. It looks really good. You've got like nice archways. You do have Technic bricks to connect. This side looks a little bit unfinished because it's just kind of open, but like you have complete roofs going up here. You do have more spires. They actually added an extra wand as like the spire top. I don't like that though, because it's not the same color as all of like the unicorn horns and everything. But yeah, overall, I think that this one looks great. But it does not hold a candle to this, which is what I'm assuming is the astronomy tower, because it is the tallest. And the astronomy tower is the tallest tower in Hogwarts. This looks excellent. It's a very skinny build, but it was a lot of fun to put together. And like I said, it is pretty tall, so it does tower over everything else. And I think it looks nice. Like, they use these Technic bricks as like kind of windows at certain points, and I think that that's really effective. And again, I like the spire, I like the overhangs on this. I just think that it's very well detailed all around. Now we get to the issue of joining these together. I really think that they look good clustered together like this because they've got varying heights, there's a lot of spires. But yeah, like I said, it is hard to directly connect them because not all of them have Technic bricks. So I'm going to do a little bit on camera. I want to start out with the buildings that are architecturally accurate to Hogwarts. So let's go ahead and pretend like these are joined. It should be something more like this, I think. So we'll put those guys together there. If these are the bell towers, they should be down here. The astronomy tower should be somewhere around them. So I'm going to pick that up. And maybe here, maybe we'll connect them like this. I think that this looks decent, so I'm going to put that off to the side. I'll keep these together. And so now we can kind of start filling in the blanks. This guy, I feel like it should be at the back because I feel like it does kind of like rise up a little bit. I feel like the issue with the astronomy tower is all that empty space in the middle. But I mean, maybe we can solve that by like having that go right up against it. This one I also kind of want at the back. As you can see, like not everything is going to be touching each other. But honestly, I feel like that's the best I can do. So actually, maybe let's bring everything just a scooch closer together and put this at the back. I feel like that's a pretty nice looking Hogwarts. I do kind of feel like there's too many at the back and it could maybe get a little bit wider. So let me try another idea. I really like this middle section of 5 pieces, so I'm going to keep that the same, and then we've kind of got these floaters. So I feel like it could do with some more height at the back, so I'm going to put this guy, like, actually maybe I'll angle it and put it right there. And then now, as for kind of widening the castle out a little bit, this one really does not look good from multiple angles. This is its only good angle, so I'll try to put that kind of nestling up against the bell towers, but that doesn't look great. So here, maybe I'll put it, no, but then that I don't get the width that I want. So I guess I have to leave it nestling up, but I really don't like the look of it from the side. Or maybe I could put this at the back. No, that looks even worse. Sorry, going a little bit off camera there. That looks even worse. I really do not like that thing's appearance from that side. So does this thing look okay? Like, yeah, that's the thing. This thing doesn't look good from like the back either. So many of them only look good from this side, which is not very conducive to joining them together in different ways. Like even this one is not that great. So I'm gonna put that here. And then I guess I could do that. That actually looks decent. I think I like this. I do still feel like you could do with some more height in this area. But maybe I have the solution for that. Sorry, I know that like there are some long pauses here because while I'm sitting and thinking, but let me try moving this to the back because this is kind of heavy. Like there's a lot of building there. Let me try scooching it to the left a little bit. How does that look? I still feel like that's not quite right. Here, I think that this is good. I just kind of swapped those two. I took the one on the left and angled it at the back, and I think that angling it has really created an interesting design. I'm not sure if one of these is supposed to be the clock tower. Maybe this is supposed to be the clock tower because of the high archway, and the clock tower should face towards the back of the Great Hall. But if I face this thing towards the back, like, it's just not... Actually, I think that's an okay look, because if that is the clock tower, then that is the accurate spot for it to go. And then I can just leave this guy, like, kind of overlapping there. So actually, this is also a pretty decent design. But yeah, these things aren't going to connect to each other perfectly. They're not all recognizable parts of Hogwarts, but I do think that they look great. And I really, really like this polybag overall. So I think that's it for this video. I just wanted to show you guys these little builds. Like I said, This is one of the best polybags that LEGO's ever made because of this versatility, and you aren't even limited to just these 8 combinations. Buy 20 of these and build a massive micro-scale Hogwarts that's just like as big as you want. This, I think, it's even like a good alternative to the bigger Hogwarts sets, because to me, buy enough of these and it's a really nice little display, and each of these only costs $5. And yeah, I do think that some look better than others, but I think that they all have a very consistent design language with like the tan colors, like the round windows and then the sand green roofs. And when you have them all together like this, I knew when I saw this polybag, I knew I'd have to buy a bunch of them because I wanted to cluster them together like this, and it just makes a really nice display. So even though they can't all connect together, I think I'm going to try to just put them all on like maybe like a large like 16 by 16 like base plate or something, or a 16 by 32 base plate. That might be too big actually, but if it's in blue for water, that could work. I want to make this a little display of its own, so I'm going to try that, and maybe I'll do another video on that if I ever get around to it. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about this set in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe as well, and check out my website, goldenninja3000.com. And I'll see you guys in more videos soon. Bye for now.